Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Today we have the Falcon and the Winter Soldier that just premiered an hour ago or so at midnight, and I'm following it up with this video right away. Uh, so I'm gonna have to tell you spoilers a little bit later, but I'm gonna try to do my best to talk about this off the top of my head without giving away any spoilers. I'm basically gonna recap what you probably already saw in the trailer, and that's kind of difficult and not very interesting. Um, what we do know, I mean, what we can talk to you about without giving away spoilers is that this obviously takes place post Endgame, just like WandaVision, and we have the Falcon, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan as Winter Soldier, or Bucky Barnes, formerly the Winter Soldier, uh, now that he's recovered. The two of them are on their own, living their lives now that they've come back from the blip, and the world is a bit of a struggle for both of them. That's pretty much as I can tell you right now without a spoiler. This is one of 6 episodes. They are technically, I think they're a little bit longer than the WandaVision episodes, not by much that I could recall. Let me see here. Let's look at the back of my head. 50 minutes. Okay, yeah, it's actually considerably longer. um, so yeah, 50 minutes, but it goes really fast. There's a lot going on in this. It to be honest, it there are moments that it feels a little bit slower than you kind of expect it to be, but it starts off with a bang. So at this point, I'm going to have to start speaking spoilers. So yeah, I didn't even make it 2 minutes, but we're going to have to talk about spoilers. Um, Nothing huge. I mean, honestly, if you've looked at the trailer, if you looked at um, other little things here and there, you kind of got a gist of what's going to be involved in this. And also, if you're a comic book fan who've already read these versions of these stories, you already know kind of what the struggle is going to be about here. Uh, Cap's gone. Steve Rogers is gone, and Anthony Mackie. Well, sorry, Sam Wilson, has was the one who was bequeathed the shield, which is a humongous symbol that means a lot to so many people. Um, Sam doesn't feel comfortable with carrying this shield, carrying on Steve's legacy. And he's certainly not going to take the name Captain America in his mind. So he gives it to the Smithsonian to be put on display, and it's kind of a big deal. Uh, Somebody kind of talks to him about this. It's none other than Don Cheadle, who plays Rhodey, uh, War Machine. And so Don Cheadle makes a little bit of a guest appearance and chats with him about the reason why he might have not taken on the shield, taken on the symbol, taken on the name or anything else. Why is he giving it up and making it a relic to display? And Sam's just doesn't feel worthy. Even though he shows that he's more than enough of a badass in the opening sequence where he is in full on Falcon mode, flying up against guys, jumping out of planes, helicopters shooting missiles, everything. Him and Red Wing, his mechanized robot bird kind of thing, which we saw in Civil War. So he's got him working full time in trying to rescue somebody before he crosses into another country. He's been taken by none other than Captain America, bad guy, which we saw in Winter Soldier, the beginning of Winter Soldier, Batroc the Leaper, played by George St-Pierre, the fighter. So he makes another appearance in this. And we, just to be, I'm going to warn you, we're not going to see the big bad in this just yet. Technically, Zemo is not in this, and neither is Sharon Carter. This is very much about establishing the foundation of where both Sam and Bucky are at this point after the blip, after the 5 years have passed. Sam is back in Louisiana with his family. He's trying to put his life back together, trying to help his sister. She raised 2 kids in the aftermath of losing half of everybody on Earth. Bucky is actually in therapy as part of being pardoned for all the awful things he's done. He's given a mission to sort of root out some of the people he worked with over the years, but at the same time, live by a set of rules that I won't ruin for you here. But one of them is don't kill, and he finds it very difficult to handle, but he does a pretty decent job of it. So between the two of them, Bucky is actually on his own kind of therapy. He doesn't date much. He hangs out with an old man who technically is about his age, um, and there's a reason, and it's you'll figure that out pretty quickly. Um, but we actually don't even see the two of them in the episode together. They're both Sam's trying to communicate with him, but Bucky's sort of shutting him out. So there's a lot going on here that is building the foundation of this relationship as it's going forward. So uh, we get to see the big thing, which if you saw the trailer, is that there's a new Captain America, and pretty much it's Sam's fault, sort of. The fact that Captain America has the shield, and this is a storyline we've seen in the comics before, so it's this is the biggest emotional pull in this film. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. It's Bucky. The big emotional stuff is Bucky dealing with the sins of his past, but at the same time, Sam realizes he just gave the government the shield that was gifted to him by Steve, and they're using it to their own ends. And Steve was never about being a symbol or a representative of any specific person or political ideology or the government itself. He represented America, what America stands for, what America means. And now it's in the hands of the government. And we don't get to see a whole lot about that, but it will be played out very strongly in the next few episodes. I'm looking forward to seeing a few other people in here. By the way, the guy who is Captain America, his name is Wyatt Russell. We saw these guys, like, not really spoiling a whole lot right here because we saw him at D23 and maybe Comic-Con last 2 years ago. Oh, God, 2 years ago? Jeez. Erin Kellyman. You might remember her as Emphas Ness from the Solo movie, from Star Wars, the Solo, Star Wars story. She's the curly redhead who, spoilers, when she took off the mask, she looked like a real bad, scary dude. It turns out that she was a curly-haired redhead who was fighting against the Empire. So yeah, she's in this at some point in a particularly important role. But yeah, we're going to see a whole lot more. I don't even want to spoil things myself, so I don't dig too much into this, but I had to make sure that I got some of these names right. Yeah, Erin Kellyman. That looks super. She looks super Irish. The name is super Irish. Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day yesterday or the day before. The day before. Yeah, Wednesday. Anyway, yeah. So this for me, it is. I'm excited for it. I think that we're going to see a lot of cool little things here and there. And I just watched it through one time, so I think as I watch it again, probably later today, or today Friday, it's after 1 o'clock in the morning right now. It is, yeah, it's after 1 o'clock in the morning right now. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Things to watch out for here is just obviously Sam and Bucky's relationship, but the places they'll go, with people they'll meet, both good and bad, and some who look like they might be good, but they're not. So, and you know what? They might even throw a few curveballs at us, and it might turn out to be bad guys are good guys are bad. Who knows? I'm excited to find out because you know what? It feels already like a big Marvel cinematic film. It should be in theaters. And essentially what they're doing in 6 hours, 6 little less than hours, is making a movie and its sequel probably all wrapped up together. I bet you by the end of episode 3 it's going to be like a big cliffhangery ending. Not that this wasn't. This had a pretty big ending. There's no scene after the credits or middle of the credits, so you don't have to worry about that. But I'm excited. So I think if you're a Marvel fan, yeah, get used to getting to know these characters. It's all right. It doesn't have to be action all the time. They're not action figures. They're actual people. And I think a lot of the struggles that they're going through is going to inform very much the choices they make, you know, in battling these things, these supervillains that we might see here. But at the same time, I think these guys are going to go through some pretty major transformations by the end of the series. I don't expect this to be status quo. There may not be a Falcon when we're done with this. Don't know. Or it might be a new version of the Falcon. Either way, it's time to pick tomorrow's episode. Here we go.
350.
350. A nice round number. Let's see what we got. I thought we saw this one. But maybe not. Maybe I see it a lot whenever I type in the letter M and this comes up. But yeah, this is I think it's a Disney original movie. We're going to be watching tomorrow. We're going to be watching Max Keeble's Big Move. It's, teenagers, kids. Anyway, Max Keeble's Big Move on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow.